Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. It is late Wednesday afternoon. Today's date is January the 4th, 2012. Happy 2012 to each and every one of you guys. Again, I hope it's the biggest and best year ever for you. A couple of thoughts before we begin, and I'm going to give you